Should there not be some sort of punishment?
Yes, but the other players ain't faced it. That's the issue that y'all leaving out.
All these other players you see also have been warned about doing it, but they don't have the context of being in real life trouble because of guns.
Ja Morant is back in action. Apparently he's been flustered off, with the way the season's going. He's not getting his just due. So when he hit a 3 the other night, he put them yappas up. He put the gun hand signs up. It's crazy. He's showing off his true colors, his true nature. He hits a 3. This is the other night. Yeah, after the push off. And he's got his guns out, guns blazing.
Tony Montana.
Just walking down the court, shooting it up. Hit another 3.
Out of bounds, by the way.
Yeah, out of bounds. Totally out of bounds. Puts them things up again. Oh my God.
Did he aim at Derek White?
That was a rifle.
Bruh, that could be a super soaker, bro. Like, why?
Now, I will say this.
Why he doing it?
I will say this. Ja Morant does have a criminal background. Supposedly. He's been arrested before, brought up on charges before, all this, that, and the third before. Now, Shamaria thinks that it's okay for Ja Morant to be running around throwing up guns.
Mm-hmm.
Shamaria, why do you think that that's okay after he's already been punished for it before?
Because this is a celebration. Like he said, he's already been punished for it. He's already served his time regarding the situation that happened 2 years ago. So this is a celebration everybody has been doing. And this is not even his first time doing this celebration after, that situation, the consequences, the 25-game suspension that he faced. So that's why I think that this was blown out of proportion. I think that people made it a big deal. I can't remember. I think they played the Golden State Warriors during the time which they blew it up. Buddy Hield did it first. Ja Morant did it in return. And then he ran it back and did it again. And I want to say that clip that you showed was before the Golden State Warriors game. That's the crazy part.
Yeah, this is 4 different games last month. We did not show the Golden State Warriors game, but he's been throwing up these guns.
He just keeps shooting.
The last time is just the time that he got, I guess because it was on national TV, it was on TNT or whatever. One of the recent times he got in trouble for doing it.
He not wrong.
Tell him to stop doing that. I mean, why he keep doing it?
Because it's something that everybody else is doing in the league, so I don't see no issue.
Obviously, because he's a child. He's a child.
If you're going to,
how old is he?
If you don't want this done in the league, then tell all the 400 other players to not do the celebration. If it's that serious.
I'll ask you this because I don't watch basketball. Do other players do this celebration? Like, are other players banging?
Not that iteration of it. They don't got the big mop stick going boom.
No.
The iterations is they'll have the finger guns and something like this. That's
Scotty does look crazy.
That's what everyone. This is what everyone else does.
This one looks worse.
Yo, Scotty,
I feel like
bitch.
I feel like this is worse than this. This feels like Elmer Fudd.
I feel you. Now let me add a little bit of context. Hold on. This is not worse than that. Double blinks.
Look, Buddy Hield did it first.
Again, and let me just say, the missing context here is no other player has had issues with the NBA. You want to talk? Do you want to talk? No other player has no issues with the NBA or in their state that they play in with guns. They don't have any real life issues with guns. Ja Morant not only lost the Memphis Grizzlies money with sponsorships and partners. That's crazy. I'll let you speak.
Go ahead.
Ja Morant lost his team sponsorship dollars and money when he had actual real life gun issues, flashing the gun on live, picked up a stripper pistol at the club, got an actual trouble. He got suspended from the league, and he was also warned by the NBA to not do the gun celebration that everyone else is doing. All these other players you see also have been warned about doing it, but they don't have the context of being in real life trouble because of guns. Would that change how you feel about him doing it versus them doing it?
Nobody, everybody's scared to speak. Dang, what's up?
Oh, are you? Is that
an open conversation between them two?
I thought he was asking her specifically.
No, it's a no for me. Me and Dumbo already had this argument.
Oh, my thing is if they gave him a warning, he already knows the context of his situation when it comes to guns. They have told other players not to do this. At this point, you've gotten 3 chances to not be stupid, and you still chose to be dumb. So, I mean, whatever comes to you at that point, what wrong or right. You knew what was finna happen.
I like this guy.
Yeah,
I'm not gonna sit here. Yeah,
I do want to go around. I think this is a simple yes or no question. We'll start with B-Souls, go Damo, then we'll get the bottom row. If I tell you not to do something and you do it, should you not be punished for it? Yes or no? Damo.
Yes.
Uncle Spam, we'll go this way.
yes. Double punish him.
Double punish him is crazy. What does that look like?
Shit, man. We gonna find out.
I promise you cannot say double punish him.
That fast.
No pause. No pause. Keep it
damn,
going.
I just
Mary,
got
please.
it, man.
Mary,
I'm so today. I'm so today.
If I say don't do this, you do it, should there not be some sort of punishment?
Yeah, I think there should be.
Why are you saying so reserved? It's really a yes or no.
Yeah. Yes, indubitably, yes.
Yeah, conviction.
How other way you want me to say it?
There we go.
Yeah.
There we go. Now, Shamaria.
Yes, but the other players ain't faced it. That's the issue that y'all leaving out. Ja Morant was warned, and he did it again and was fine. Buddy Hield was warned, did it again, and was not fine.
So why do you think
I can agree, yes. But we know that the NBA has painted Ja to be a target in this whole situation. We're not back to act like they have not.
But don't you? My fault, Omar Houston.
Didn't he punch a kid? No, didn't he punch a kid?
Oh,
He did punch a kid
yeah.
and threaten another one.
Why
He missing a whole lot of issues.
No, really.
He just
Speak to
Did he not threaten a kid? And what was it? A Foot Locker?
What's the context behind punching a kid?
A Foot Locker.
That was on his
Can't buy
property.
shoes.
You know, that was on his property. He felt threatened. It is what it is.
By some kids?
What about the kids in the
Well,
the kid in the
I
Foot
hate
Locker?
how y'all say kids, and the dude was dang near the same height as Ja.
Was he still
y'all
not
gotta
16?
stop doing that. That
Age
matters,
is still
though.
the
Like, what are we talking about? That matters.
A 22, 23-year-old
matters.
grown man
That
was the
matters.
same
That
height as a 16-year-old. So
Who
hey,
trains
all
every day in the
gloves
gym.
The
Who
kid
trains
played
every
basketball.
day?
What if the kid was 10? Same height though. 10 years old.
See it? That's different.
And he's still 6'4".
If you could show me a 10-year-old, if you could show me a
He gonna swing the
10-year-old
fuck out of that
height,
10-year-old. I promise you.
Wait. So I'm not crazy tall. You know, average height. I'm 5'8". If I see a 13-year-old that's my height, I have the ability to punch him.
What did he do?
Right.
y'all
You can't punch him. The right.
If he coming to you like an adult, yes.
Oh.
I do not care. Don't press me in no type of way if you already know I'm older than you.
Well, do you feel like certain NBA players should be held to different standards just because of who they are? Like Ja being as good as he is, like that comes with a level of responsibility being one of the potential faces of the league. Like I'm gonna hold you to a higher standard because of that.
And because I agree with that, but the thing is, in the same breath, the people who hold Ja to this standard are the same people who feel like that he can't be a face of the league. So I feel like, therefore, you cannot hold Ja to face of the league standards if you don't even believe he could be that. And that's what some people are doing.
Can I ask, do you believe that other players should be held to a different standard based off the things they did, which could be criminally wrong by the league, just whatever it is? They did some wrong shit, so they're held to a different standard about how they need to conduct themselves.
And yes, I would agree with that. But if the NBA's punishment and the way they run things is not going to be consistent, then I'm going to call it out. That's the thing. We discussed that once again on the joint. That's my only issue. Is just the NBA is not consistent in handing out punishment to any of the players. And I can understand. I get Ja is this, Ja is that. But this is technically light work compared to what you let other. I don't care what status they are. They could be a role player, bench player, all-star, superstar. I don't care what you are. If you did what Mikal Bridges and KPJ did, you should not be in
Miles
the league.
Miles Bridges. Don't put that on
Sorry,
Mikal.
Miles Bridges. You should be kicked out of the league, period.
Is this a new tattoo?
That's how I feel.
Is that tattoo new?
Huh?
Is your tattoo new?
No, it's old. I got this like 2 years ago.
Look, this looks pronounced. I
like
just
it.
want to ask before we continue down the path. Do y'all think that this would be different if Ja Morant was a white player? It's for everybody. Do you, and people laughing, but
this
this is a serious conversation about race in basketball right now, and I think this is a good panel to speak to this. Do y'all think it would be different if Ja Morant was a Caucasian player as opposed to a black player with dreads?
Yes.
Not at all.
Yes.
Same sequence of events and everything.
Same. Yeah.
Same sequence of events.
Talking about like he beat up a 16-year-old kid and all of that. Or wait, was that what happened? Maybe I'm my bad. Maybe
Toting the strip club.
I think for the most part.
Yeah, toting the gun in the strip club. Yeah, all that. Then took it on a plane. So allegedly.
Then took it in his car on IG Live.
I think
I
think it'd be interpreted different.
I don't think it'd have been interpreted different with the same circumstances. Wrong is wrong. I like how you brought up Miles Bridges and all these other players that did what they did. And I agree. They should be held to a higher standard, which they are. They don't remind people of what they did every time they score a big play. Case in point, KPJ just had a game winner. At no point did he ball his fist up and start throwing combos after his game winner. We know what he did was wrong. Therefore, he's not going to remind you what he did. You know what he did? Yeah, fuck nigga. Yeah. That's all he did. A different celebration. If Miles Bridges dunks on somebody and instead of going head top, you will be reminded, damn, he did beat his girlfriend up, didn't he? I done seen Jackson Hayes celebrate 30 times. At no point did he throw a kung fu kick, an air bite, because that's what he did to his girlfriend and his dog, and her dog. None of that happens. So that is the difference here. For Ja Morant, he did something wrong, and he will continuously remind you that he did something wrong. That's the biggest difference.
That's what I disagree with. But I feel like just watching them play gonna remind people. Oh, there's KPJ. That's the girl who beat up his girlfriend. Oh, there's Mikal Bridges. That's the dude who beat up his girlfriend. Like, even people who don't watch basketball, I feel like would even know that. That those are the
Ja
two
Morant.
people who beat on
That's
their
the guy
girl.
with the gun. That's the thug with the gun.
That's the guy who beat up that 16-year-old.
There you go.
Did he actually beat him up, or did he just?
Yes, he actually he punched him. I don't know if they stomped him out.
Beat him up. Okay, I didn't know.
Yeah.
No, he put hands on a minor and threatened another minor. Why are we forgetting that? He also threatened another minor.
I'm not too
Before
familiar.
that.
I'm not too familiar with like basketball culture or like the history of everyone for like ever. But I will say that from what I've seen on Twitter, at least, and Twitter's brutal, I feel like he would have gotten as much flack for it, but it would have died in the media faster than Ja Morant, if that makes sense.
Well, I would assume I would assume the white player had better PR and better people around him.
But that's what I'm saying. Like, yeah. I feel like the media in general would have. I'm not gonna say forgiving. I'm not gonna say like they wouldn't care, but it would have been like, oh, like in passing, kind of like, oh my God, he did that. Anyway, you see what he did? You see what this nigga Ja did? He punched a 16-year-old. It's like, yeah, he did the same thing like 3 days ago. Oh, we're not talking about that. We're talking about Ja. So
I just think if it was Jack Morant, the guy that did this, and the white
Jack
player,
Morris.
Jack Morant did the same thing. I don't think that Jack Morant's dad would be doing gun celebrations with him. Ja is surrounded by nothing but bad influences. His dad is a glorified big brother at this point, and his teammates don't care because they're also shooting the blicks back with him.
Yeah,
and again, it's one thing if he did the exact celebration everybody do, the gun shit. Oh, we shooting threes. That nigga hits a shot. Boom, boom. That is crazy.
Did he actually say boom?
Yes, he actually says boom. I swear to you, if Omar could pull the clip, when he does this, if you see him in this motion, he's saying boom.
Don't he got a bunch of different iterations too? Like that's a part of the problem.
I mean, aren't they technical fouls too?
Is this one? He hold them all.
No, they don't even. I don't even think they give him. I don't think they give him text for the celebrations in game.
They don't. No. They don't do nothing in game.
So like that's also like kind of like within the league's parameters. That's like their fault because like it's not gonna be the same ref for every game, so they're not gonna have the same like standards for every game too. which is unfortunate, but that's just the truth of the matter.
Man, to put a bow on this, I ain't gonna lie. For me, if somebody just told me not to do something no more, or I know how this can be perceived, it don't really matter if everybody else. I'm not playing it's not fair. What about so and so card, dog? Just put the guns away. I don't.
There you go. Bow down to your master.
If they paying me $200 million, I'm a tap dance.
Yeah,
I promise you. I am not so attached to throwing up guns that makes me say like, I ain't gonna lie,
I gotta do it.
Yeah, these Grizzlies don't want me to do it, but no, that's never happening, bro. I'm never doing that.
I can't stop.
Wouldn't it also be like an internal thing, like how they reprimand their players internally? Because I feel like, okay, the league can only do so much. Fine, we're holding these people to a certain standard, but shouldn't it be more like on the team itself, like how they reprimand him?
I guess so, but at the end of the day, you still need to get punished, whether it's
from no, for sure, but like nobody's gonna learn if they're making all this money and it's just a fine. He gonna do that anyway.
He gonna do it again.
Anyone would if it's just a fine.
When he gets suspended, don't be surprised.
Okay, so if Ja gets suspended, then everybody else needs to get suspended.
Why do you want him to do it again?
Why
do you want him to do it again?
Because it's just, to me, it's just really stupid.
Fired? Oh my!
Ja, you just literally showed video proof of Ja doing this prior to the warning that he got after he had already did the celebration before. That just makes no sense. And I want to say they made it a big deal because it was Golden State Warriors. They got a crazy ass fan base. So that's why I would assume that they just blew everything up the way it was.
Now, this is going to be crazy speculation. This is going to be the last thing we can talk about with this Ja thing. Do you believe that you are unfairly biased towards Ja because you like dreadheads?
Because I like dreadheads. Shit. I like dreadheads, but that's not why I'm biased towards Ja. Well, I wouldn't even say that I'm biased towards Ja, though. That's the thing.
You wouldn't say you're biased towards Ja with your 2 Ja posters behind you and your Ja Morant tattoo.
That's not a Ja poster. That's not a Ja poster. I'm not biased. I'm from Memphis too. Okay, if you want to include that, you can.
Oh, we can hear that you're from Memphis. That's not what we're asking.
Oh, that's crazy. But no, I don't think I'm biased because when he did that gun stuff the second time, not the first time, the second time, I couldn't do nothing, but I could defend Ja like I really wanted to, but he done did stupid stuff. But
wait, so what's the difference between the second time and the now? Like, why couldn't you defend him on the second time, but this time you can?
No, when he actually when he went on live and held the weapon in his hand, then I was like, okay, you got caught in 4K again. That was I can't do that. But with the celebrations, I just think that that's different.
Well, I just had one question: what makes you so invested in him in particular?
I'm from Memphis. I watch basketball, and he the best player on my franchise, on my team.
If he was
his name is tattooed on her chest.
I don't know why he keeps saying that.
What that say?
I would never get a.
That says Demetrius.
Demetrius.
If he was an ugly light skinned man with a fade, what would that was
below 6'4".
I would be riding with him regardless. If he played for Memphis, I'm riding. That's just how it is.
You don't got a type. I ain't got no type.
All right.